It is a serious topic, and my hands are hurting over this. Not just my hands, but I'm hurting over this. I'm hurting myself right now. I'm in the process of not. Who said they liked the DK picture? Because it kind of perfectly represents. Yeah, it does. It does. I like the DK picture too. That's why I put it there. But I don't know. I want to talk about the general idea of why I'm so angry. What was it like being... What I don't know how to open this video up other than just saying, like, what is it like being, like, having anger issues my entire life, right? Honestly, it's awful, all right? Because depending on how bad your anger issues are, I feel like it just ranges, right? It's not like it's guaranteed, but it ranges from person to person. It's completely different. Like, my experience is going to be completely different from your experience being angry and shit. But what I wanted to say was my anger issues have gotten out of control as of late. And they've been out of control multiple times before this. Trust me. I've been there for every single one of them, obviously. Why did you have anger issues? I've had anger issues my entire life because of people, circumstances that involved people, or whatever I did back then. Like, I would just be angry to be angry back then. Well, not just to be angry. There was a lot of reasons. Like, for example, somebody pissing me off with what they say or what they decide to do in that moment. That's why, you know, like people like Nick or Louie, when they tell you, you know, Alan used to be this. By the way, I deleted Discord. You deleted Discord? Why is that? You figure out your password again or something? Anyways, you know, Nick and Louie, they would tell me, or they would tell you guys, or tell whatever all the time whenever they want to bring me up, like the past, all the time, past me anyway, that how I just used to be, I might not have a phone anymore, or my mom's shutting off my internet. Oh, really? Oh, that fucking sucks. Is she, like, tired of paying for the bill? Which makes sense, because like I've mentioned, bills are ridiculous in terms of internet. Depending on what internet you're using or internet provider you're using. Yeah. Like, it's not your fault. It's just, like, the internet in general. Because I'm thinking it's that. Because my dad kind of had this type of shit before. Are you a fan of the country Finland? I can't say anything on Finland because I have never been to Finland in my entire life. I've only been here in the U.S., so that's why I have nothing to say on Finland. Nothing disrespectful, nothing positive either. I just have nothing to say. No, I do not want to do that. But anyways, my point, back on the main topic. I used to be angry all the time. All the time because of what I mentioned. Like, for example, like when Louie and Nick mentioned my past, you know, they would tell you that, yeah, Alan was ridiculously angry. And it didn't matter what it was. Like, if he was mad at you for it, he would be mad at you for it. Like, he would be so angry at you for a while, too. This is when I would keep grudges or whatever until the situation was completely resolved. I would just be mad to be mad, man. Like, and what I mean by mad to be mad, as in, like, you know, whatever. It was so easy to tick me off back then. That's why everyone around me, too, like, was not, like, scared of me 100% of the time, but they were scared to set me off. Obviously, they were really scared to set me off. I hate eating white macadamia nut, like white macadamia nut cookies. I hate that shit because the shit. I'm not dealing with this today. I'm tired of shit like that. Tired of shit. Just gonna block that right now because I'm tired of shit like that. Honestly. Um. Yeah, it'd be like I'd just be so angry, and then as time moved on in my life, like I would still be angry, but like over the years as I got older, it got less and less, and it started being more it started being more less and less about raging out, because I used to rage out on people. It didn't matter what it was. I used to rage out on people who would hurt my feelings or whatever, man. Like, that's why people were afraid of me back then, is because my anger was all over the place, and it didn't matter what it was or who it was. I would do something about it. And that's why mom and dad were pretty damn cautious of me in terms of like my anger be exploding and what to do with me and whatnot, right? I was just that explosive towards people. And over the years, as I got older, like I said, it got better to some extent, because instead of raging out on people, obviously, I don't do that. Well, I don't do that. Well, now it's kind of back. Like, everything is kind of coming back, but the rage used to stop. I used to stop getting so mad at people. It was mainly because I just need to grow up type of thing. Like, not grow up as in, like, grow up mentally. I need to just grow up. I need to grow out of this super omega rage phase. And I did that for a long time. I grew out of it. When I went to public school, I used to be way more happy. I used to be more cheerful. I used to never show my rage because nothing would piss me off to that point. And I would just be happy playing with my toys and action figures and everything and whatnot, basically being me, right? And yeah, just nowadays, like, my anger and my rage is coming back, but it's more in a different kind of sense. Instead of, well, I get mad at people nowadays. Like, for example, thread saying stupid shit like that, dude. If I was angrier than what I am right now, or like, for example, I'm already about to get triggered by shit like that, which this is just rage baiting right there, right? If I was angrier than what I am right now, I'm pretty chill. But if I was mad, I would have flipped out on that dude right there, that YouTube comment from Thread. But I'm not, because I'm not in that state right now. I'm really trying not to be, especially after what happened in Marvel's Rivals. But nowadays, ever since I got more into video games and I started playing like games like Crash Bandicoot and all that other sort of shit, my anger started to really start resurfacing. Like, I used to not be that angry, or my anger wouldn't last too long, but I feel like, the more I played, like, games seriously, the more my anger would come back. And I remember, like, Crash Bandicoot really was a destructive era. I remember I destroyed my PS4. I broke multiple controllers. I've done so much during my Crash Bandicoot era, and Crash 4 was just even worse, and it just made me an even worser person to kind of be around or something like that. But it didn't, like, I felt like that was like kind of like the start of me getting angry all over again, to the point I am where we're at now. And the more games I started playing that kind of challenged me in some way, or challenged me at multiple fronts or whatever, I started to get even more mad, and I started getting triggers like, okay, what's a trigger for me to be getting angry, right? What is a trigger for all that crap? Like, for example, a trigger, time trials, a trigger, like online matchmaking, well, how am I gonna be meta right out the gate if I don't figure something out in like the first 5 seconds or the first 10, 20 seconds? I started finding all these little triggers, and every game I started playing had something I would be mad about. And you would start to notice that when watching like my experience videos on other things. You would see that like, man, I really fucking hated this part because of XYZ. Because they started becoming triggers, for my anger, my explosive temper, my explosiveness. Like even just earlier, like Miss Pip not eating when I want her to eat. That shit pissed me off. For the last 2 days, like today and yesterday, she was doing this shit. She's not eating. Only when Dad comes home, she'll eat. Even though I give her the same shit that my dad gives her, or what, vice versa or whatever. And I don't know why. I mean, I guess she's having like stomach issues, like I mentioned before. I think she's having either stomach issues or she's just so worried about Dad that she doesn't even want to eat unless he's here or something. I don't get it. That's bothering me. And it started becoming more than just the video games, as I'm starting to get more and more angry all over again. I'm starting to get angry at things outside of my control or things that are in my general environment now. It's like that Mario poster. If I don't like it there, I'm going to rip it down there and put it somewhere else, even though I've never been mad at my poster, or something. I've started noticing that. Like, I'm starting to get angry at my surroundings or what I'm currently doing. I'm playing the fucking video game so much that, like, obviously it's most of what I do in my life. YouTube is what I do most of the time, in my life. So it's like getting mad at what I'm doing for YouTube. I mean, shit. It doesn't matter. Like, what, like Marvel's Rivals just earlier, I was getting so mad at that because of what was happening in game that it's like, I don't want to play that shit anymore. I don't want to put up with so much shit anymore. And I think my anger issues are stemming from, in terms of playing the video game stuff, is dealing with things. I don't want to, like, I used to be able to put up with so much shit, but now my resistance to putting up with shit is, like, kind of fading away. It's not there anymore. It's going away. I used to put up with so much shit. Now I don't want to put up with anything. I'm tired of because that's literally what I felt like I've been doing like all my life, was putting up with people's shit. It doesn't matter, like putting up with people in situations, putting up with whatever I'm dealing with in video game. It's just like, it's ridiculous. I'm tired of putting up with it, and I'm tired of dealing with it. And I know that is a thing you gotta deal with in life, right? Life will throw curveballs at you. I know that. 100% I know that, right? And I just gotta deal with that. But there is shit that I can control. Like, for example, the video games I play, I'm just gonna keep it at, that's something I can control. I could stop playing the video, not Kirby. Kirby doesn't really piss me off all that much, but you get my point. I can avoid, the video games that make me feel negative. You know what I mean? I can put it down. I can throw it away. I could get rid of it. I could throw that aspect out of my life. I could get rid of that. I could be done with that, right? I can do that, because that's how to avoid being angry. And that's why I even spend so much time like trying to avoid getting mad altogether, because I don't like feeling that way. Because nowadays when I feel that way, I don't know what's gonna happen next. You know what I mean? I could break that game cartridge. I could fucking break the TV behind me right now. I could break that PS5, even though I wouldn't, but you get my point. Like, my rage is becoming so much more explosive because I'm playing all these fucking video games that have so much shit I don't want to deal with, that it's like, I don't know what's going to happen, Sometimes I feel like, because of my anger, I should just sit back and watch TV. Maybe I wasn't built to play a video game or whatever. And another thing that pisses me off all the time, and why I'm angry all the time, is literally when people remind me of how destructive I am. Like, for example, right? Like they say it's facts that you destroy this. And it's like, you know what? I probably would be way less angry if people would never remind me that I'm an angry son of a bitch or I'm an angry person other than myself. I already talk to myself or go on walks thinking about how angry I am. I don't need motherfuckers in my chat to remind me of how destructive or angry I am, because that just fuels the anger. You know, that just fuels my rage. It just makes me think more about, yep, I'm destructive. Yep, I get it. Yep. I'll be more destructive for you, buddy. I'll destroy more shit. You know, because I'm constantly reminded of destroying my stuff. Or Alan the Destructor is here. Or, you know, any sort of way that you're reminding me of my anger. It's like you're just fueling the fire. You know what I'm saying? You're just fueling it. And it also makes me mad when dumbass people come in my chat sometimes and just like, I'm having the time of my life, I'm having fun, I'm reacting to stuff, or I'm doing something that is fun, and yet people want to say some shit to piss me off. Or, for example, I'll just throw Zega Sonic. You know, he was telling me that, bro, little bro, you're like little bro when you rage. You're like Speed. I'm like, excuse me? Did you just call me Speed, a person who whips his cock out on camera on accident because he played Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Don't you ever compare me to something like that ever again. Fuck you, get out of my chat. You know? I had a whole explosive rant because someone tried to compare me to him. Don't get me wrong, I break my games and my consoles and shit, but I do not do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when you compare me to somebody, it better be fucking accurate. To where I'm like, you know what? That's fucking fair. I mean, I don't even like being compared to anyone at all, because I feel like all of our rage is different. Too, that's another thing. When people try to compare me to somebody, like when Brian all those years ago was trying to say, I'm fucking Bakugo from My Hero. Like, massive fuck you for that. I still think about that because, like I said, when I get in certain states, I think about shit people have told me like that, and it's in my mind and it never leaves. You know, like, for example, like like I mentioned, when I get mad, there's a lot of things that flood back. Everybody calling me Alan the Destructor, or everyone calling me, yep, there goes another one, or yep, another canon event, or yep, there goes this, there goes that, yep. Alex gonna break this, or yep, I knew he was gonna break this eventually, or yep, I knew he was gonna do this, or yep, I already said that already, yep. Trigger words and things that trigger me so quickly as time moves along. I'm starting to notice that, and that's why I started being secluded. You know, I started thinking to myself, hey, maybe, you know what? Fuck people. I'll just be by myself unless I want to make like a my experience video or some type of gaming video or something. So I don't have to constantly be reminded of my rage or my wrath. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. If it's happened, and it's repeating in my brain all the time. I have everything everyone's ever said to me in my brain, and that just fuels the fire. It's like on repeat. You know when you have your favorite song on repeat? That's what it's like. Whenever I'm mad, or whenever I want to destroy something, or whenever something bothers me. You know, it's like, it's on loop what people say to me, what people tell me. Sometimes I even hear it in my sleep. Sometimes I get dreams relating to the shit. And I'm already I'm getting pissed in my subconscious. That should tell you something. But like, my point is about my anger, and it's like, how do I calm this down? I fuck off from playing video games. I leave. Trust me, I don't want to be this angry person that's angry all the time, but yet, here I fucking am all the time. I'm in the same spot as day one, man. It feels like. Like, I remember over the years, you know, there was a lot of people telling me, like, I'm proud of you, Alan. for getting out of your anger issues somewhat. And it feels like ever since then, when I wasn't super angry, like last year or the year before that, or I wasn't as mad as consistently, it just feels like I'm constantly regressing back to how I was before, with this rage, man. It feels like that on a constant level, every time I get mad nowadays, it feels like that. And then that thought of I'm regressing comes into mind when I'm mad. That's why I went on a walk last night at 10 o'clock. People calling me things or saying certain things that sticks with me. Like I've mentioned before, if I'm mad, shit's gonna stick. And some people instigating it by saying certain things like, hey, Alan, burn it with fire. Or, hey, Alan, you know what? Fucking stomp that shit out. Or, hey, Alan, oh, look, Alan's getting mad. Destroy that game, Alan. Do what you gotta do. Do what you're destined to do. Destroy that fucking game disc. Destroy that. And it's like, I honestly feel like sometimes the only person that doesn't walk up to me and talk to me about my own destruction I don't even know who doesn't tell me that. Probably like Madeline or some shit. But like other than that, it's like I feel like it's just me or some other people. And then when people bring up my past all the time, like past moments of anger, that shit also loops and repeats. I got so many things in my mind that people have triggered me about or irked me about that hasn't fully gone away, and none of it will fully go away. Because this is just how I feel when I get mad nowadays. Is all those feelings and all those things people have said, past or present, even if they don't mean it anymore, is still in my head, is still there, And it's always going to be there, Until the day I lose my fucking memory. You get a memory loss pill fucking shoved down my fucking throat, or I fucking die. Either one of the two. That's how I'm truly gonna forget, like, literally everything, or even my anger issues or something. Maybe, I don't even know. Maybe it's spiritual. My anger issues will follow me to the ends of the fucking earth. It feels like sometimes. And that's my anger issues over the years, people. It's constant. It's turning into an everyday occurrence. Or every other day occurrence. Whenever I pick that fucking controller up. Doesn't matter if it's Switch. Doesn't matter if it's PlayStation or the Wii or the BA3. Something's gotta happen, man. That rubs me the wrong way. Something that bothers me. Something that's just in my fucking way. Something. And I'm tired of dealing with that. A lot of the time. Again, I'm tired of dealing with all that shit. I really am. Well then, Alan, if you're tired of it, why don't you find different hobbies? I fucking try. It's another thing. I've said this constantly. I tried finding different hobbies and different things to do outside of YouTube, play video games. But it's so different out there, people. You wouldn't understand today. Unless you live in my shoes today. Where you have nobody out there like physically with you to take you outside and go do things with. You know what I mean? I don't have that anymore. All I have is everything in my room. And Dad and Louie. That's all I have. I don't have no fucking friends IRL I can go outside and be with and hang out with and go do different hobbies and activities with. I don't have that. I don't even have a place to go for that. That's why I usually do the same things every day. I sit here, I do live streams, I, post shorts, I talk to Renee YT on speed dial, or Nick, or Dave, or other people. That's what I do all day. Because I don't know what else I'm gonna fucking do outside of playing video games to play video games to have fun, or play video games to make a video on it later on, or whatever. I don't know what else to do. I could go on walks and walk around the same areas I like to walk around in because I have a routine in terms of how I walk. But like outside of that, it's like I have virtually nothing out there. You know? That's why, you know, and even sometimes when people say, hey, Alan, how does it feel not being able to go outside or something? Even small little jokes like get me in my own headspace sometimes. You know? And I'm not a sensitive person, so it's not like it's going to immediately happen, but I feel like it may look like that nowadays because of how angry I have become over time. You know? Because of people or certain events or what's happening, like my circumstances or what's just happening in general around me. And it's like, I'm dealing with all of that. And then there's other people that try to tell me, well, Alan, you just gotta suck it up and deal with it. It's like, fuck you, man! That's all I've been doing was sitting there and dealing with it. Literally, think about it. That's all I've been doing is sitting here dealing with it. All the fucking time. I'm dealing with it. When can I get a fucking break, go on my bed, lie down, think of nothing? When I go to fucking sleep, I think of nothing sometimes. Sometimes I'm just glad I black out at night when I go to fuck to sleep. Because at least I'm not thinking of nothing. I'm not thinking of the next day. I'm not thinking about what I should film next. I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm just fucking blacked out over there. Nothing. Not even thinking of anybody. Just blacked out over there. You know? I'm just tired of that, man. I'm tired of being angry all the time or just being angry most of the time. It's like, can I just live a day where I'm just not angry at all? I'm just chill. I love those days. Not a lot of you guys get to see those days, but, well, actually, no, that's a lie because you guys do get to see that, but yet people only want to recognize the shit where I'm mad all the time or something like that. I vlog, right, where I could be the happiest fucker alive. No one pays attention to that. But as soon as I get mad one time, that's what everyone's talking about for the rest of the day, if not a week. And it's fucking annoying me because I remember this was an issue back in 2017, or 2017, 2016, around there. I would upload a video where I was really happy, 5 views. 173 views if I broke something. Or if I'm releasing that type of energy, you know, it would get hundreds of thousands of views plastered all over the place. That's how my views would be. That's how drastically different my views would be in terms of making a YouTube video or something like that. You know? And I'm sick of that. I really am, man. I'm sick of the rage. I just miss going back. And this is exactly why I tell myself, this is exactly why you should stay in your lane. This is exactly why you should do things that you do instead of just wanting to fuck with other people's suggestions. This is why you just listen to your fucking self, because 9 times out of 10, I am fucking correct. I am correct on what happens. Like Marvel's Rivals. I said last night before I streamed it today, this morning, I don't think I want to play that game anymore, Brian, because it has been stressing me out and it's been pissing me off the last few times I was on. And I don't want to play it anymore because of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I know I know the outcome, and I don't want to. Look what happens when I get on next time. The result I was talking about the night before that happens today. And people try to tell me, oh, don't be scared of something. Or, you know, don't be scared, Alan, of the rage. Or don't be scared. It's not that I'm scared. It's just that I'm tired of predicting how right I'm going to be when I take your suggestion. Dumbass! So many times, I remember, I think Ronnie or other people have told me, Don't be afraid of your own anger, or don't be afraid of trying something new. Look what happens when I try something new, dude. You know what I'm saying? Look what happens when I try something new. Look what happens when I take your fucking suggestion. Instead of doing what I do, instead of listening to me, the person who is mad, the person who knows who's going to be mad, look what happens. I get exactly like I am right now. Because I knew the outcome. I'm trying to steer clear of the outcome. But motherfuckers want to keep turning me in that direction anyway. And that's another thing that bothers me. When I tell them, nah, man, I think I'm going to sit this one out. Some people tell me, not all the time, but some people tell me, come on, let's do this instead. Nah, man, I don't want to. Come on, man, let's play. Let's have a good time. Come on. All right, but I can't guarantee the outcome. And then when that happens, when it's not the good outcome, the bad outcome happens. And I swear to God, it happens so many times. You know, when Ronnie YT asked me to come on, let's do this, or Dave, or Lubit, or my dad, or whatever. Doesn't matter who it is. And that's not even just, that's just one aspect. If you were here for the whole video, you would know the other reasons why I would be getting mad constantly. And how my anger issues have been coming up all the time. That's why you should start from 0-0. You know, instead of watching coming in and currently. Right now when I'm talking about this example. This is just another example of why I just do things my own way instead. You know? I do things my own way, and I don't let others dictate what I do, or they claim to know better, but even though I know me the best, like all the time, I know what my triggers are, especially over the years. I know what my triggers are, or what new triggers have become over me. You know, in terms of being or getting and seriously pissed off. And you know, and I was saying this last night, but I was going to keep it to myself, but I know Madeline really likes me, but the reason why I want her to find somebody else other than me is because of these issues that I'm presenting in front of you guys right now. I don't want to be in a relationship if I have this much anger issues or anything of the sort. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to drag them down with me. Or, you know, have other people come in and be my energy or the same energy as me because of what I've been doing or whatever. I don't want to be in a relationship, like a relationship, not like a brothership or, you know, that type of relationship. But I'm talking like a relationship, like a love relationship. I don't want to be a part of that because of all of my issues. I really don't. I know them and I do want to sort them out, but I'd rather be with like a better version of me, not this version of me right now. To be completely real with that. You not eating me bothers me. I'm trying my best not to throw my fucking anger around at you, kid. Or at anybody. But it's just coming out, kid. Coming out. Man. I am not chill or relaxed right now anymore, kid. Which is why I'm trying to tell people I need. I'm tired, kid. I'm tired, kid. I'm tired. Tired of it all, man. My head, my hands hurt. You know? Like, geez, kid. I'm tired of it, kid. Man, I'm tired of it, kid. I'm really hurting right now, kid. I think I'd just rather sit out here with you. Hurting right now, kid. Nowadays, just to feel remotely fucking relaxed or calm, it's like I have to leave. I gotta get out of the house. I gotta go on a walk. I gotta fuck off from everybody type of shit. You know, when I want to leave. You know, just to really feel some sort of relaxed state. Not, I'm feeling some type of way, you know? Like, I gotta walk my dog to feel chill. I gotta be by myself to be chill. And people tell me to chill out. It doesn't help when I'm already past the point of chilling out. I don't know why people tell me to chill out, Ellen, when I'm sitting here already. Like, the fire's already started. You know, that's another thing. Or they tell me it's not worth it, and it's like, yeah, you're just making it more worth it. You know, wanting to destroy said thing or something. I get it when people tell me to chill out, but it just makes it worse. It doesn't actually make it better. It just makes it worse. And then you wonder why people want to leave or not associate with me. It's exactly because the state, not the state I'm in right now, but it's that exact anger or rage state why people don't want to fuck with me, you know what I mean? But it comes out, it's been coming out so often that people are just like, I don't even know if I want to be a part of this energy. I don't know if I want to be with this guy. And that's exactly why I'm starting to avoid people. Because I already know my anger has infected multiple people before or changed their attitude right out the gate before multiple times. You know? Like, when me and Dad were watching the new Star Wars, I was so pissed and so negative that, like, I was infecting him with it, and he was getting mad at me, and vice versa. Even though we hardly get mad at each other as it is. Same thing with Louis, you know, if I'm feeling pissed, Louis gonna feel it, you know? Or you guys feel it, or something. You know, it's gonna be felt. That's what sucks about when I get mad, is like everyone feels it. You know? When I do get mad, it's like, Jesus Christ, man. And it's like almost every stream you're in or want to watch, it's like, you have to almost decide with yourself, do I want to be in a stream where Alex is possibly going to be mad the whole time, or do I genuinely like, do I want to deal with that energy or do I not? Sometimes you guys have to fucking choose, it feels like. Or whatever. And again, I completely understand why people unsubscribe because of my rage. But I'm like, you subscribe to Arekkusu TM, you're getting all the sides of me. You're getting every part of me. But as of late, it's like I've only been showing the fucking angry side, and the happy side of Alan doesn't show up. Or he hasn't been showing up in a very long time. It's like, or the chill Alan state, you know, or whatever people like to call it. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. And I honestly don't know how to deal with it. I don't know how to not be mad. I don't know how to get rid of all these triggers. I mean, and I tried dropping video games altogether, but I keep coming back to it eventually. Because someone wants to play, or I want to play, or something just happens. You know? And gaming and I, you know, it just comes right back. Like I mentioned before, like when I play a video game, I just come right back to playing. You know, again, I've tried to drop it because I know, like, the main source of why I'm so mad all the time is just what I'm currently playing all the time. And I know it's that, but I just can't drop it, you know. I'm like, it's like attached. It's like I'm attached to playing the fucking video game, you know? I mean, outside of doing YouTube and playing video games, I'm just a dude. I'm just a man that has serious anger issues, you know? My Luigi's Mansion 2, my horrible experience with Luigi's Mansion 2 video is a perfect example of how my anger issues, depending on what the fuck happens in the game, can fucking ruin me. You know? Or set me off. You know, that's a perfect example. Fuck that game, too. And this is just how this is just my anger issues in a nutshell, man. And, I don't know, maybe I should just... And then I can't even watch... You know what bothers me, too, is when I try to stay away from video games, I can't even stay away from them too long, because it's like, when I watch a movie or TV with somebody or somebody else or whatever, it's like, I can't watch it for long without thinking about, yo, when's my next Wii Sports video? Or when's my next Wii Sports Resort video? Or when's my next goddamn other thing that I got going on, you know? It's so aggravating. Man, it's so aggravating. And right now I'm just fucking dumping my fucking... I'm dumping my fucking thoughts. This is my experience video, right? This is my experience being angry and how it is being, like, showing you guys, like, how angry I am, but also how it is for me. This is how I get, too, when I'm outside, you know? I'm getting mad, but instead of being mad, like, on the outside, it's on the inside, and I'm contemplating with myself, like, on what happened today, like, what I just did 5 minutes ago with, you know, like, what happened today? You know, what happened with Thunder Ray? What happened with Rayman Origins? What happened with Super Mario Galaxy 2 when I finished it? What happened with Wario World? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened here? I talk about it in my head all the time out there, and how I should calm down. How should I process this? How should I do these certain things? And it happens all the time. That it's like it's in my nature, it's in my cycle. Pretend it shows a cycle. Get pissed at or play a game. Get pissed at something. Start getting destructive. Trying to process everything. / go on a walk about it. And then, you know, the rinse and repeat. And it feels like this chair spinning over and over again on that, you know, on the cycle or whatever. The cycle of Allen Rage. Let's call it the cycle of Allen Rage right there. The chair. You know? Shit, man. I just want to have a good time, but it seems like that's impossible nowadays. And I'm done. I'm done with this video, but you guys get my fucking point, man. You guys get it. You know, you guys get why I get so mad. Now it's like you can understand, you know, a little bit more of how I get mad, why I get mad, what are the triggers, you know, a little bit of that, like what even is all of it. You know, but anyways, I'm gone. Peace out. Fuck this shit, man.